Oddsmakers have set the season win projected total for the New Orleans Saints at 8.5 wins this regular season. Do you play over or under? We give you the winner next. From our Rockstar studio, this is Tony T here from Gamblers Television, covering the NFL Vegas style all season long. The New Orleans Saints finished the regular season with a 7-9 record. It was a disappointing year for the Saints as they reached the NFC Championship game in 2006. Now, the issue with the Saints was their defense, as they gave up an average of 245 passing yards per game, ranking them 30th in the league. Now, the Saints addressed that issue in the offseason. They drafted Sedrick Ellis, they acquired free agent linebacker Jonathon Vilma, and cornerback Aaron Glenn. Oddsmakers set the regular season win projected total for the New Orleans Saints at 8.5 wins. Take a look at the schedule. The Saints play in the NFC South, and that means 2 games with Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and Carolina. The NFC South plays the NFC North and AFC West this season, and it brings a road game at Denver. You know, they're going to have to beat 3 of the 8 weaker teams from those divisions on the road as they travel to Oakland, Chicago, and Detroit. As a third-place team in the NFC South, they must play the other 2 third-place teams from the NFC, and that means a road game at Washington, and they host San Francisco. They also lose a home date, as they're going to be the home team in their game against San Diego in London. Take a look at their offense. The Saints have weapons on offense. They have Drew Brees at quarterback, Marcus Colson at wideout, Reggie Bush and Deuce McAllister in their backfield. They were number 1 in red zone efficiency last season, scoring a TD 72% of the time. Now, throughout their first 4 games, Drew Brees passed for just under 3,500 yards with 27 TDs and 9 interceptions. Now, McAllister's coming off his second ACL tear in his last 3 seasons. He had some issues with it in camp as he was experiencing swelling, has had fluid drain. McAllister came into camp lighter and looked for him to have very limited carries in the preseason. The Saints added tight end Jeremy Shockey from the Giants, and that gives Brees a reliable pass-catching tight end that can go over the middle. Shockey is very happy to be a Saint. How can you blame him when your quarterback is Drew Brees? Take a look at their defense. The Saints drafted a good one in Sedrick Ellis out of USC as your number 1 pick in the draft. Ellis has speed to pursue running backs, and he's going to be a disruptive force in the passing game. Defensive end Bobby McRae is a 6'6" pass rushing specialist who spent his past 4 seasons in Jacksonville, and he was signed in free agency. Opposing quarterbacks, they have problems getting the ball over his reach. Jonathon Vilma is reaching his prime at 26 years old, and he's going to be a good addition to the Saints linebacking core. The Saints improved their secondary by adding Aaron Glenn, Randall Gay, and drafting Tracy Porter in the second round. And now to my selections. You know, the Saints opened the season at 0-4 last season, and they finished 7-5 after a poor start. They do catch a break traveling to Washington with a rookie coach coaching in his first ever game. Despite the difficult schedule, the Saints are still a top 5 offense in this league, and they address their defensive issues very well in the offseason. Their pass rush will bring down the amount of big plays against their secondary. Play the New Orleans Saints over 8.5 wins for the 2008 regular season. This is Tony T from our Rockstar studio, reminding you to visit and bookmark our television show page at www.gamblerstelevision.com for continuous NFL coverage for gamblers. Gamblers Television. Get addicted.